Right, folks, this is Hobbit on Hold. We are being productive today, or trying to be productive, whilst we build a Baron for my London Grand Tournament list. So, I'm going to the London Grand Tournament this month, and I hastily need to build another Baron. So, while we do that, I thought I'd just stream it, chill out, talk Old World, all the good stuff about the hobby. And then, yeah, we're going to try and build a custom one because I've got one already. And, you know, I've been pointed in the right direction with some of the local crew down here that I play hobby with and all that. And, another Baron seems like the right choice for the Grand Army I'm taking for Bretonia. I know, all the sighs in the chat. But I love Bretonia. I know everyone's like, why would you want to play Bretonians? Like the most generic people for epic fantasy war game like the Old World, but they're just badass, man. There's nothing better than a knight going in all against the odds, against what the Old World has to put against you, and kick ass. So that's why I love Bretonia, man. So we're just going to be cutting out some of the sprues and all that. I've got the Baron sprue, some bits that I have for other kits, some excess plastics. I'm going to create a really cool base and everything. So lighting seems okay. Maybe push keyboard from it. Shine. That's not the keyboard. That's all my years and years of painting. The keyboard's not shiny, is it? But yeah, I've got all this. Got loads of skulls that we can dump on there. All the war trophies. Where he's rode out over the years to smash people's faces in. But yeah, go over the list as well in a bit. After I've got the main body cut out. I'm going to get the main body. I think it's not really. I think it's just this table. No. It's just a light from the table. No, it doesn't create ultra glare. It's just all the reflective gold and white from here and the gloss, if anything. And the very poor camera quality from the webcam I'm using. I need to buy a macro. I need to buy a macro and have it on a arm, but I've just literally bought some. What did I buy? Wireless microphones via that can use Bluetooth, so that's good. That's an upgrade. But the next thing would be to buy like a macro cam for painting, so I can do painting and building. Because all I got at the moment is just like webcams and stuff, which are not good at all. So I need to save up money eventually and buy that, because that is going to be pretty spenny. Because I think there's some lenses and all that you can get that help, but these webcams are not great anyway. So I probably just need to look at buying like a decent setup for that, just generally. But with this Baron, I'm not going to give him the lance, so we're going to give him like, we're going to load him out with a bit more of a brutal look compared to the divine like Grail Knight Duke. So we're going to make him a bit more rough. A rough looking son of a bitch. But I need to get him built and painted by the 26th of this month. So possible. To what standard, I do not know. To what quality? I've already painted one up, obviously, with the Duke, which is a fantastic model. Absolutely cracking figure. I bought this off at eBay for quite cheap, like £15 off, but doesn't come with instructions, so that's going to be interesting. It's quite a simple model to build, so it should be okay. I've already built it once as well, before, so muscle memory will hopefully kick in. Slightly different though, being the Baron. I think it's only like the way the arms are positioned with the torso. But it's the reins, man. The reins on this model are like, oh. To be honest, you don't really want to put the reins in for painting, but the way it's built, you kind of have to. Because otherwise, if you do an amazing, lovely paint job and you go in and glue it and you accidentally like, because where the reins are all like intermingled and all that, and you make a bad move while you're gluing, you're going to smudge and the plastic glue is going to mount your paintwork and all that, so it's a bit like, oh. I'm going to do it black and yellow though. In my mind, I really want to paint black and yellow. I know it's crazy to paint yellow, but hopefully the black will offset that. Unless there's another paint scheme that anyone would recommend, that would look cool. But black and yellow is always like a favourite of mine. And my Bretonians are quite bright. The whole of my other army is quite like out there with colour choices. Like my other Duke is yellow and blue. So like a dark colour would be nice, I think. And it'd be very distinct for them to be like my opponent when I play games, like black and yellow's this one, blue and yellow's this one. Very easy to tell them apart, so my opponent can't get confused. As we all know, Warhammer is confusing at the best of times, so to make things stand out and easy is a godsend. So hobby for me, guys, is like hate it. So boring. Just want to get on with getting it together, getting the paint on it. But this would be a little bit different because I've got a lot of items to like build this one out, make him a bit distinct. So that'd be nice. Although most GW models are not as flexible in the way you build them compared to the past, I feel. Although this one's plastic, so at least you can cut away, and if you're good with green stuff, you can build it up again with what you want, right? Right, that's the peg cut out now. But yeah, so today's video, we are thinking of the future for the old world. Oh yes, the future of the old world and what is coming next. So once I can get this all cleaned up and have a little bit more focus, hopefully we can well, mate, one more false move or false word these days and it's all over, innit, mate? But yeah, with what the future is going to be, and also what's coming next, and then I'll go over my list a bit later, because I think I've got a bit more time to tweak it. So if people want to put their 2 cents in about what things can be changed and what would be better, because the LGT is going to be, I imagine, a tough time, a good time, but a tough time. But I like that. When I play war games, I like narrative. Warhammer, I do love the lore and the world and all that as well. So it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Warhammer Fantasy is stunning. I did recently buy the God King book compilation, where's all the Sigmar stuff. So I'm going to try and do a bit more of the lore as well, because I remember every time I've read a little snippet of Warhammer lore, from the books or the rule books or anything like that, even end times, I've been impressed. press more than bligging Hollywood at the moment, so I'm going to go back through that to take things into account, and yeah. Chivers is saying sheet black paper / card would be a good way to have a matte surface and be cheap. That's true. That is true. Just to cover up the mess. Although, is it character? I kind of like... It's like a history. This is like a memoir of my painting journey. I remember I used to have a plate. And one time I peeled it off. And you could see the layers of like when I was doing painting projects. And you could, over the years, you could see like, this is when I done that. That's when I done this. And this is a... It's messy. But... Oh no. My internet connection is trash. So guys, if I do accidentally leave, yeah, it is because my internet up in this room is horrible. Let's turn this phone off. So all the internet goes to my tower.
Sorry.
No.
I can't perform this action on your device yet.
Good. But yeah. Quite a few things I want to get sorted for my Bretonian force, because I want to move on to Painting Cafe, because obviously it being a new plastic army, I really want to give it the time of day. Probably be another army out. How's the connection, everybody? Can you hear me? Everything good? Sounds like my computer wants to end it. Just let me know if sound and it's not jumping around or lagging or anything. I don't know what I could do, to be honest, to make it better, but I thought while I'm trying to custom build this Baron today for their London Grand Tournament, might as well chill out. Cool, I'm happy with that. Cuts out for a few seconds here and there, just like a Rainbow Six Siege match when you're trying to get the clutch win. And you've got your opponent in sights. But yeah, this is a great kit as well, guys. Just as a painting project, if you're a painter, or you want to custom, like, you know, you play other game systems, D&D, or you play Age of Sigmar or whatever, this Baron kit, it's glorious. Or you just want to challenge, you can make it as simple as you like, as in depth as you like. Solid. Well, that's looking smooth. I'll go for the open head option on this one, obviously to give a bit more of a distinct look between the two Pegasi. So that's good. Should we put on some background music? Should we go and get copyright claimed by somebody? Try and find some background music. That's the... One good thing about this kit, it all fits together really well, really nicely, so... Gonna put on some background music and blast out Chivimon's. Oh, no, not the Lotus Eater podcast. I don't think most people enjoy that, although I will. Yeah, this is funny. I like this. Songs to occupy an empty noggin. Yeah, that's good. Oh my god. There you go. That'll do. Just let me know if it's overpowering. Sounds okay for now. But yeah, the last couple of games I played, I got absolutely trounced. So playing against like a ranged threat with Bretonnian Exile, so I was really I don't really play against cannons that often. Most people take like just like infantry blocks. So I was worried about just getting blasted off, so I like rushed up to try and like take out the cav. So I wanted to take out the cav, and then I wanted to get through to the cannon, so like they couldn't just do damage to my like vital flying pieces. But what that allowed is when I ran up, I got ganked by, you know, his infantry, his Pegasus block, and then his hero. Even though my hero's in that slightly better, the weighted dice, and obviously with like, you know, even when you chuck in a couple of dice, like 5 dice, sometimes you can roll really poor. So that just done me in. And then I played against an undead army, and I thought, you know, my Duke alongside a Knights Errant unit getting backed up eventually by a Paladin would take out the Blood Knights with a vampire in them. Didn't happen. You know, the dice could have been better, but you know, you kill 2 to 3 vampires and take a couple of wounds on the Lord. Can't get rid of. Very fitting. Annoying as hell. But you need to find a way to be the glorious knight that Bretonnians are and destroy them and put them in the ground for good. But yeah, I think I've came up with a list, which if anybody wants to seize it and pick at it, let me know, because I do want people to, we can have a little break away from this. We can go and have a little look at it, because I have got it up. I think if I go onto OBS, I can bring it to the screen and show people, I believe. So if anyone in chat is a competitive player and knows what they're talking about, tell me to rip it up right now. Well, actually, let me clean all the plastic off of these bits, and then we'll get to it if anyone wants to. I'll show it anyway. If no one wants to, I'll bring it up like near the end and just walk through it. But apart from that, what a great... We're coming into the second year of Warhammer the Old World now, when it gets to this January. And Blood Bowls just got their starter box, which I love how they've made it Tomb Kings and Bretts. And I wonder if they did that because of the success of Old World, or they were like, they had this plan from the start just to tie it all in, which is great. Because the success of the Old World is a testament to just the fantasy world it's part of. And it's going to be an interesting couple of months, because I don't think we're going to get like 2.0 for quite a while. I think a big amount of time, because when they do 2.0, they want to make it a big thing. And I think that's when you get a lot of refreshes of kits. But I think what we're going to get is maybe one new army. I don't think it's going to be Kislev. I think Kislev's going to be 2.0. And it's going to be like, you know, this is the war against chaos now. We're actually fighting against chaos. But I think we're going to get one new army. And I reckon that is going to be Vampire Coast. I know, we can all dream, but I think we need a vampiric undead faction, and it's got to be like something distinct compared to, like, you know, what they got in Age of Sigmar, because Age of Sigmar's stolen that. So there you go, boys. You still are OG vampires, but we'll get something cooler. Vampire pirates. You can have that classic vampiric theme. We'll have something better. Pirates of the Caribbean. But yeah, I think that's what they're going to do, and then with the books, you know, the journals, they're going to fill in like weaknesses in other armies and strengthen them up with themes. So, you know, the Bretonnian Trebuchet, for example, is better. Maybe the Grail Relic, and give you some other things like that. And when they do, they release like miniatures that we don't have. So, for example, we don't have the Bretonnian Duke on Hippogriff. We don't have a Hippogriff model. We don't have the Sergeant, the Peasant Sergeant sort of character. So, because I know some profiles state like, oh, like kit bash, right? I'll just get this stuff together in kit bash. But with a Hippogriff, it doesn't say that. Obviously, you can't kit bash a freaking Hippogriff, right? And I think it's just an obvious model to sell. And I think you'll get a hero with that. Like, I think it'd be like a dual kit that can build like the Bretonnian King at the time, and maybe a generic. You know, like Karl Franz, right? When that kit came out, it could build himself. Was it on Deathclaw? You could build Deathclaw, or you could build just a generic General of the Empire. So, maybe something like that. And then they'll bring out books to, you know, give you heroes of that caliber. Because they've done that with the Tomb Kings one, right? The Cetra expansion that's coming out. They are bringing out the heroes for him, so it's quite interesting that they want to focus on heroes. Although, to be fair, I don't think they'd really bring units. Have they bring units out for any? I know Bretonnian's got the Knights on Foot. But for any of the journals, did they bring like infantry or like monsters out for people? No, I don't think so, right? So some cool heroes would be really sweet. I don't think we'll get like Teclis or Tyrion for a long time. Right, we're going to start going this. We're going to start going this now, boys. This Baron's going to come along. We're going to create an ultra savage Baron. Going to do some kit bashing, some sculpting. By sculpting, I just mean putting green stuff on and doing fur. Alright, do I need to... These can just fit in, can't they? Yeah, they can. Alright. I ain't got the manual because I bought this quite cheap off of eBay. So that's one of the downsides. You're not getting the manual, but you know, we can live with that. But yeah, if anyone's coming to the London Grand Tournament, man, be nice to hear from you. I know Zbigniew and a few others are, and he's also commented on some of my videos already. But oh, Ben, how you doing, man? I know it's been a while. I've been here and there. I've been very busy trying to get life together and like I'm working out more though, bro. Don't you worry. That's one good thing I've been keeping on top of. But just chilling out, doing some hobby, talking nerdy stuff. I hope you're well. I'm just preparing for a tournament out in London at the end of the month for my other outlet that I'm obsessed with. As you can see, the plastic crack. You're back on the creatine. Oh, I don't know, like, I'm so paranoid about stuff like that. Even, like, whey protein. It's just egg, like, you know. It's just whey. But I'm just like, do I need it? Should I put this on? Like, should I drink this? Does help, though. With recovery. Especially when you're like us boys in 30s, right? When you're in the 30s. Oh. Need all the help you can get. I've been feeling pretty strong though. Like as in endurance, not like the weight I'm moving, but the sort of endurance for how long I can go with a certain like lift is really good, and the form, which is strange because I used to be the opposite. Used to be the opposite for me. Used to be really strong but not have endurance. Right, I'm going to glue in this wing now, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. Get that. We got the wing together, nice. What do you think of that Nintendo Direct then, Ben? What are you thinking about that bad boy? It's actually alright, wasn't it? Only because of the Yoshi. Sort of the Yoshi story. The Yoshi story was pretty great. Oh my god, I'm a bit confused here now. How does this come together? Oh. Oh, I don't like the look of this. What am I doing? Guess it goes there. Oh, no, you gotta take my time a little bit here because I didn't get the manual, so I need to think about what's being encased. Because once you encase something with the layers, because it's all built up in multiple layers, so I need to try and not rush it. Annoyingly, even though I don't have that much time, but. We're going to chuck in there. Yeah, we'll go with that. That looks alright, doesn't it? You're 39, mate. I'm thinking, oh, you're still packing. That's alright, isn't it? No, I haven't seen the Super Mario Bros. Remaster. No, man. Fan games. My friend's a big fan of, like, he loves Metroid, so he loves all the fan stuff that gets plopped up online. But the Yoshi game looks really cool. I'm going to buy it so I can play it with my daughter. And also for me. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like, oh no, it's just for my daughter. Nah. That's just an added benefit. She really enjoyed playing Donkey Kong Bonanza. We had a great time playing through that. That's fantastic. If you're a Donkey Kong fan. Why is this not going on here? What the hell? What have I done? Oh, crap. Oh, no. I am, like, destroying the detail on this model. I just dry fitted that, and now I just absolutely mulched the detail on that. That's sad. Oh, that's cool. So they've not like totally like changed what it is. They sort of just modernized it like how you would expect it to be, with challenges and hate. Okay, that's right. I love Lost Levels. Lost Levels is probably one of my favourites. Okay, that's good. It's coming together, boys and girls. The Bretonian Baron. He's liking what I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Where do I want to put that on? Put that on now? Nah, I think I'm gonna put that on after. Put the other bits on, because I think it'd do me good having two Barons, because one's going to be in the unit with the massive Peg unit, so with the Pegasus they can fly around, he can be safe, and you can use it as a delivery system, whereas with my other Duke who's got Serene's Locket, he can fly around quite safe and hide behind terrain. If you shoot him with cannons or whatever, it's alright, but when he gets there with Serene's Locket and obviously the Ogre Blade and Knightly Temper, he should be okay. So you've got like 2 threats, and then you've obviously got the infantry blocks that should move up for cover or like score objectives. So what have I got? I've probably got like 3 threats. Yeah, I've got the Duke, the Baron in the Pegasus unit, and then like the Paladin with the Damsel to assist, so they can really break a unit. So that'll be a nice combo. Depends what you roll, right? Like, if you go against a heavily armoured like army and you don't get Plague of Rust, you're like, you know, like. Although Brett's, if they don't get Plague of Rust, it's not the end of the world if they charge. But in the progressive rounds, it sucks when you're going against someone with like armor value of like a 3-up. Such like that. Oh crap, I think I might have just done a mistake here. Oops. Oh, did I do a mistake? Oh, it looks like I have. Uh-oh. How do you get that in? Let's take that apart. That needs to go in then. I might have to look up an online manual, I'm not going to lie. Oh, does that go in there like that? Or... Seems to be quite a bit of a gap there. Not left anything off to sprue, have I? No. That looks okay. I just got to focus on this bit at the moment, guys, because this is like... I don't want to mess this up. So I just got to focus on where things are going. Also, when you're using like plastic glue, once you've committed, man, you're done. That looks super bent. That's crazy. Oh no, there you go. Right, while I hold that. Hard to tell if it's the light or your pale ass skin so white on your hands. Mate, I am pretty much undead. I am a reflective being. I think we're getting there with the main body, so that's good. And then I can get onto the fun stuff of like using all the spare bits and chopping it up. But yeah, guys, London Grand Tournament is going to be the first tourney I've ever been to be fair. I've never competed in a big game tournament like that, so it'd be good. Going down with a good friend as well. Staying in a hotel nearby. So nicely rested. I hope to see Sadistic, but I hope to play against Cafe. Because I just want to see all the drama. I want to play against it. Sadistic like that. But they have comped it, so it's not as horrid as it could be. Right, that's stuck in there, good. But what's everyone else whoever's in the room at the moment who's part of the hobby? What you building, what you playing? Are you into the game? Because man, it's such a sick ass world. Like, Old World is, wow, Warhammer in general. so freaking amazing with the story and the lore and all the races and that. And I'm glad it's back, because I was basically like, I was a nomad. We should say a wargaming nomad, where I was just wandering the wasteland, trying to find a home, living in exile. You know, trying other games, just never feeling at place. And then this bad boy's come back into my life, and I'm happy. I think the horse is, if I remember correctly as well, the horse is easier than the knight, so that's going to be fun. But with the future of Old World, and like I said earlier with the heroes and all that, I think that's good. They're getting like those pieces out the way, so when it comes to like the future with the next edition and all that, they can just release like the warriors. So when they release those box sets, or you know, that new edition, and you see all those new figures, it's just going to be so tempting for people not to like jump in. It's just going to be nice for people to get the like heroes now, so they can get those through, and then when we get to the second edition, hopefully they'll have all their sort of like, by then, all the troops to come out. Or at least in like 2.0 we get the Dark Elves, the Lizard Men, and we'll see how they join into the fight, into the greater scheme of things. Because we need Dino, we need the Dino boys, we need the Lizard Men. Obviously Skaven. Oh, that's a big gap there. Why is that happening? That's a piss take. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can show you. It's not gluing. I'm just gonna have to chuck loads of glue in there. Look at the size of that. Alright, let's try and get that together. Well, if I go... Maybe I can just close it shut with this. I doubt it, but... That's not too bad, to be fair. Right, I'm just going to slam loads of plastic glue in here. The worst thing is, right, when you sit down to do a hobby project, and everything you want is, like, dried out. Like, your plastic glue's turned to crap. The putty you wanted's, like, gone AWOL. The colour you needed, empty. And you're like, what did I do to deserve this? You ever get that? When you sit down and do something, and you're like, right, well, I was eager. Right, I'm going to have to sit here and hold that for a while, annoyingly. It happens with a lot of, like, games as well. Like, I don't know, I was wanting to play Street Fighter literally, like, last night. No, 2 nights ago, against my mate. And I haven't played it in a while. And because I haven't played it in, like, ages, it didn't download updates because it thinks I wasn't interested. And then it's like, yeah, you need to download a 90 gigabyte update, please. It's going to take 2 hours. I was like, wow, we're not going to play that now, are we? And it's just like, oh. Christ, man. Modern gaming. That's one thing, I love board games and like war games because of that. Because it's like, it's there, it's in front of you, you don't have to piss around, it's not doing anything. Just get your ass around here, it's all us, like, we're in control. There's no outside entity, like, telling us how we have to do things. We can be as creative as we want. It's all up to us. Be as simple or as complicated as you like. And you don't have any annoying bligging updates that stall it. There we are. It's coming together. Probably put... I feel like this metal shield will go well, because then I don't have to do any freehand on the shield. Because that's one thing I didn't like about the Duke one, so I'm glad I got one of these spare. Because I can just slap it on, and then like do a lot of like chip damage and stuff. And it looked pretty badass. He's like a defender of the faith with the sword, so that'd be a nice combo. Right, says YouTube's not receiving enough stream. Am I still around? Am I still about? That don't work that side. God, some of these bits aren't even touching inside here. What's going on there then? That'll do for that. Hey Chivers, what are you doing at the moment? You doing your Carmine Dragon? Building that bad boy. Getting that layers. He's still on the... Still doing the... what's it? The mottling. I'm getting higher. The bligging up. It's been a pain in the ass this time, this thing. Fucking hell. Am I missing a bit? There's a massive gap there. What have I done? Oh, no. Is it because of him? Has he got a bit? Oh. I think I've made a mistake. Where is it? I can't see it on here. There should be a... If I remember correctly, there's a massive like back piece. Is it that? Oh yeah, it's this. So that goes on the back. But if I remember correctly, if you put this on, you can't put the rider on. Or something like that. The way it's built goes in like that. And the way that head fur goes on as well is annoying. I'm lost. Might have to go and look this up. Confused.com. Because Because those these bits are not going nowhere near each other. They glue like that. Well, we'll glue those two bits together at least. But yeah, I think I'll show my, like, once I get this bit stuck together, I will go and rip out the list I'm taking to the London Grand Tournament. So folks who watch it back, or anyone who's into that, don't have to watch too far into the video, and they can give me all the praise in the world about the list. So once I get this seat on, so that seat's, oosh, look at that. That's some Jedi reflexes right there. We'll go over and look at the list. So that'll be sorted. But it's good to see a turnout of 64 players at the London Grand Tournament. I don't know what the biggest one in the UK is at the moment, but that's a pretty good size. And Games Workshop's going to be there, so that'll be alright. Hopefully they support the Old World event as well, apart from 40k, because obviously 40k is absolutely a monstrosity. With that chap supporting it now, Henry Cavill, being a lad. So that's there like that, that's good, solid. $64 players. I'll be happy if I come in like the top half. If I come in the top half somewhere for first event, I'll be happy. So if I come like 30th, if I come 30th, I'll be like, whoa, it's sweet. Right, that goes. I can't remember how that goes now. I think it comes like this way. What I'm probably going to do, where's the reins and all that? And the reins are on this one. Oh, they are. Okay, right. I think I'll leave the seat off for a moment. And then these bits. These bits cap off at there. And then we can come back. I think I'll glue this together. This is going to look so sick though. Black and yellow is such a good colour combo. I think I will stick to the black and yellow, like Germanic, Imperial, Roman, Holy Roman Emperor colour scheme with black and yellow. Maybe with the horse being a light grey, either a light grey or an off-white. So you have like black and yellow, and almost white for the skin of the horse. And then you can paint in to out, because you can be as messy with the horse's skin. And then when you get to the outside, you can just touch up with the black again, not being too much of a big deal. And I know people are like, oh, you're painting like white on black, but for some reason, every time I do white horse skin on black, it turns out amazing. Always turns out really good. Whereas if I just do white, it's a bit like, I don't know, just like limp. Like, you probably get it done quicker, but I don't feel like it turns out as well. Just this like base coat and everything in white these days is just really like off-putting. I don't think it's always needed. Like most of your models like red or brown and you're spraying it like white. It's like, you don't need that. You don't need to spray it black. Gives it like depth. Just get a dry, like, I know people always quick, just get a dry brush. Just get a dry brush and dry brush it from its like black state and build up the colours. When you're doing it on that like sort of level. Oh mate, I just literally missed everything there. I'm hoping to get this painted up though by... I'm hoping the middle of next week I can get it built and all that today. And then painted by Wednesday so I don't have to freaking stress. At least base coated. A base coated model would be fine. Because suppose you have to have like 3 base colours on it. Like, which is easy, but I feel like if I rush it, when I come back to it, I'm just going to be like annoyed with it. So I want to take my time. Just generally. So I'll come back to this model and I'll be like, ugh, look at the state of this monstrosity. But to be fair, like, I think most of my Bretonnian force has been okay to paint. Like, some forces have been a nightmare. Although, no, actually, that's a lie. The peasants, the Grail Relic, and the heroes have been alright. It's when you paint the knights. Like, the classic, like... So I've painted them all individual. Which is crazy. I actually can't wait to go on to Cafe. Because when I go on the Cafe, it would be like one unified force. So hopefully it'd be quick. I might have ran out of plastic glue, that's hilarious. Have I run out of plastic glue? Bliggy now. Top quality right here. Right, I need to go to the shop, I reckon. I need to go to the shop and get some, like, bligging super glue, plastic glue, black primer. I need to go and spend a pretty penny, mate. Man, this is... Might have to just go over the list. What's like decent plastic glue? What do people like buy with super glue and plastic glue? Because I swear this stuff does not last long. It's the army painter stuff. It turns into like gel and then it just like evaporates. Especially like super glues and that trash, man. Army painter, don't ever give me a newer product because it's gonna get rinsed. Yeah, I can't do anything here. Right. Okay. Well, we can't do any more building, so let's go and have a look at the list. So let's just move that there. There you go. Let's move these together. I'm just going to pop back in a second. Just going to get a drink, but there you go. That's in built for now. Right. I'm gonna go to window capture. Do I order it to the top? That's that one, that's that one. Right, video capture. No, I want my like. So it's supposedly at the top, but let's try adding it. That's what I want. Is it not capturing anything though? That's annoying. I want this to be at the top so you can see like the list when I go onto like Google. Like annoying. You're seeing why I don't work in any IT support or anything, I'm telling you right now. There you go. Right. And then I want to move that one to the top. Oh my god. Right, and then we will go here, and hopefully you should see the list. I'm hoping. So yeah, this is the list I'm taking, so we'll just quickly run through it before I skedaddle, because I have to go and buy bligging pretty much every product now, because this stuff can't last longer than a couple months. So, great. But this is the list I'm going to take to the London Grand Tournament. So we're taking a Duke. He's got heavy armor, shield, the Pegasus, the Ogre Blade, Serene's Locket, and Virtual Knightly Temper. So the idea here is you go in, you hit something once, it doesn't get back up, and you steamroll it, and he can either go in and take out solo things by himself, like greater Demons of Nurgle bligging, you know, the ones that move in random movement, and giants, or potentially even, like, if he gets lucky, a dragon, or other such things where he can just go in and kill it and move on with the Ogre Blade if he rolls high with the Virtue and Knightly Temper and the rerolls. So that's the idea of him, and he doesn't have to worry about cannons. Like, if people try and shoot him with cannons, sometimes they miss. Even if you hit him with 2 cannonballs, you're doing 2 wounds. And then next turn, he should be into something of value, or he should be going into the cannons, or ideally, he wouldn't even take any cannon shots. But to be honest, I'd rather the cannons shoot at him rather than, like, my blocker Pegasus. But it just gives the opponent to think of, like, do I shoot this? Do I shoot at the Pegasus block? Or do I ignore this massive, like, Knight foot block, the Men-at-Arms? Because if you're not playing it against... If you're playing against an army that breaks, and you're not playing against an undead block, which sucks ass, that never runs. Sweet, okay, you're letting, like, the Men-at-Arms block and the Knights block walk up. When they get to you, they hopefully make you flee by combat res, by doubling outnumber you if you get the Duke in there, and then you flee. The Baron, he's going to go into the unit of 5 Pegasus Knights with a Royal Pegasus, a shield, Gauntlet of the Duel, and the Sword of the Stouter Heart, which is really good. It's only AP 1, but against most things that should be okay. If you roll a 6, you can get 2, but I'm hoping to roll the obviously Plague of Rust. He's got Obsidian Lodestone ×2, so that unit is pretty much protected against magic. Anything that's actually decent is not going to go off, because you're going to need basically a 12. And then I'm going to have my prophetess nearby to, you know, dispel it. And then we have the paladin just nearby to support, and he can go into the unit with the combat resi 2, or just to lend attacks or stay back. You know, he can just waff around the place. Waff around the place. Just to lend support if he needs be. Then obviously the 20 Knight of the Round Foot unit, which is great. It's got Obsidian Lodestone with the champion, so magic can't do too much to them, hopefully. A little detriment, and I'm going to try and buff them up with obviously the regen spell and anything like that, and the Earthen Ramparts, Men at Arms, just to create someone a roadblock for 2-3 turns, and they're worth nothing. Knights Errant as blockers, or to hopefully get a cheeky charge into someone's cannons, because they've done that a lot of times for me. It's like people put their cannons in the middle, and then they have like people to the edge of them. So you've got this little pocket, and then yeah, okay, you shoot a few out maybe with whatever. But if 3 knights or 2 knights go in with the champion, 3 attacks with the horses, you do kill the crew, and a 100-point unit gets in there, disrupts their cannons, and you're happy. Pegasus Knights, we all know what they do with the Banner Shalons that go into stuff, and hopefully they should be okay to take out the annoying ass balloons. I think 5 Pegasus Knights with the Baron going into a Cathian balloon should either kill it, leave it where it just never wants to come nearby again. And then with the Duke, if he's lucky, he can one hit a balloon as well. So the thing is with these two, if I come against Cathay or shooting lines, basically you've got like 1 turn of shooting. And then Battle Pilgrims, I like these. People obviously would say take more Men at Arms, but I've painted them up. They're a lovely unit. They're unbreakable. So if you go into something that you just want to hold up, which it has done for me before, where I've set up the lines where even if it's a dragon, the dragon can't fly over me or anything to get away, because they couldn't get behind the Pilgrim, turns out. But yeah, that's my list. So do you think this is the right loadout? Should the Ogre Blade maybe go on the Baron in the Pegasus unit, so that Pegasus unit is absolutely insane? Or do you reckon I've got it at the right place where, you know, the Duke goes in with the Knightly Temper and it does loads of damage? Or do you reckon the Baron shouldn't even be in here? He is the general. The Baron is the general with the Stout Heartblade, and he goes in there. That's just to protect him, because he's got Serene's Locket, but the Baron can't get really protected. I know he can stay outside of the unit, but, you know, I just, like, because the Paladin and Prophetess is going to be out of the unit, and I don't want all these, like, individual things outside of the unit, so I'm blocking, like, line of sight. So at least if he's in there, he can, like, go in and attack something. The Paladin is on a Pegasus, but I don't want to put him in there, because I feel like if I make a mistake, which is probably going to happen, I don't want to lose like my general, my paladin, da-da-da. He's just there to go in and support pieces, because maybe the Baron with the Pegasus won't need support, so he can stay out to go and join, I don't know, the Knights on Foot, the Men at Arms to tip the balance. But that is the idea. But if it's actually going to pan out on the day, who knows, eh? But that is it for me, because I have literally ran out of product that doesn't want to like dry out. So I need to go and buy some more and then cry about it once again in 6 months. Why it doesn't freaking stick around. So thanks to the people who are jumping in and out throughout the chat, and Ben and Sam for coming in and keeping me company. But we're going to end it here because I can't carry on. This is just as simple as that, which is lame. But yeah, anyone who stumbles across here, let me know what you thought of the chats. Obviously, how you enjoyed the game. Are you coming to LGT? What do you think the future of the old world is? What do you think of the list? Obviously, I could probably do a bit better with the product and all that I'm offering here with but I'm not a man of many funds, as you can clearly see. So I am trying to work on it. I'm trying to get the skills up, but hopefully I'll make up for that with my personality. Hopefully, but I'm hopefully gonna get a schedule on the go where I can come in and do painting and stuff like this in wargaming and gaming, and also I've got like a little comedy thing I want to get put together. That's why I bought the wireless mics. Where are they? I bought these. Where are they? So I can't go out and buy everything all at once, otherwise I'll be skinning on the street. But Bluetooth mic, so I want to get out there and do some funny stuff. But apart from that, I'm gonna go and buy some super glue now and plastic glue and whatever else I need. All the best to all you lot. Thanks for coming by. Ta-ta. See you later.